There are stories that make you think, and then there are stories that make you feel. Erased is one of those rare anime that does both, and yet, somehow, it doesn't get nearly the recognition it deserves. In a world obsessed with overpowered heroes and flashy animation, Erased quietly delivers something far more powerful: emotion, tension, and the haunting beauty of regret. At its heart, Erased isn't about time travel, it's about redemption. It's about a man who gets one impossible second chance to fix the greatest mistake of his life. Satoru Fujinuma, an ordinary manga artist, lives with a strange curse, a power he never asked for. One that sends him back in time whenever tragedy strikes. But when his mother is murdered and he's accused of the crime, that revival ability throws him all the way back to his childhood to 1988, giving him one last chance to rewrite fate and save a friend who should have never died. What makes Erased so special isn't its mystery, it's its heart. Every frame is painted with nostalgia. The snowy streets of Hokkaido, the quiet hum of a classroom, the innocent laughter of kids who don't yet realize how fragile their world is. The show captures that fleeting moment in life when you still believe you can protect everyone, before you learn that some things are too painful to fix. And that's what makes Erased so criminally underrated. It's not just a thriller, it's a mirror. It forces us to confront our own regrets, our what-ifs, our I should have said something moments. It's about childhood innocence clashing with adult guilt, about how courage doesn't come from strength, but from love. While others chase explosions and spectacle, Erased whispers. It doesn't need to scream to leave an impact. It just needs one quiet scene, a mother's smile, a child's hand reaching out, a single snowflake falling as time stands still, to remind you that some stories don't fade, they stay with you. Because Erased isn't just a mystery anime, it's a lesson that sometimes, even when you can't change the past, you can still change someone's future. What makes Erased unforgettable isn't the time travel, it's why it happens. Unlike typical shows where powers are used to fight enemies, Satoru's revival is deeply human. It's not flashy or loud, it's quiet, subtle, painful. It activates only when something terrible is about to occur, forcing him to relive moments of tragedy until he gets it right. It's not a gift, it's a curse, driven by guilt, and that's what makes his story so heartbreakingly real. Satoru isn't a hero, he's just a man burdened by regret. Every time he goes back, he's not just saving others, he's confronting himself. Erased turns time travel into emotional therapy. Each trip backward is a metaphor for what we all wish we could do: revisit our past and fix the moments that broke us. And that's why it resonates so deeply. It's not science fiction, it's human fiction. The pacing is slow, deliberate, not to stretch the story, but to let you feel it. Every pause matters. Every silence says something. In most anime, stillness is filler. In Erased, stillness is storytelling. A lingering shot of Satoru staring out a frosted window tells you everything about fear, doubt, and determination. It's that kind of subtle emotional direction that sets it apart from louder, faster shows. Then there's Kayo, the girl at the heart of it all. Her story is one of the most gut-wrenching and tender arcs in anime. Abused, isolated, forgotten by adults who should have protected her, and yet, through Satoru's eyes, she finally experiences kindness. Their friendship isn't romanticized, it's salvation. A reminder that empathy, even from one person, can rewrite an entire life. Every episode builds on this delicate balance of hope and heartbreak. The show doesn't manipulate you into tears, it earns them, through empathy, through truth, through the simple, painful understanding that growing up means realizing not everything can be fixed, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. That's the power of Erased. It reminds you that being a hero isn't about rewriting time, it's about showing up when it matters most, even when no one else will. And that's why, despite its quiet tone and short runtime, Erased hits harder than most epic sagas ever could. When the final episode of Erased ends, it doesn't leave you with a cliffhanger or a dramatic explosion. It leaves you with something much rarer: peace, a quiet, earned sense of closure. Satoru's journey doesn't end in triumph, it ends in understanding. He didn't save everyone, but he changed enough to make a difference. And in a world that constantly tells us we have to fix everything, Erased teaches us that sometimes saving even one person is enough. That's what makes this anime so tragically underrated. In an industry where attention often goes to the loudest, flashiest stories, Erased whispers, and those who listen discover something timeless. It's not an anime about power, destiny, or revenge. It's about humanity, about empathy, about what it means to see the pain in someone else's eyes and decide that you won't look away this time. Every element of Erased, from Yuki Kajiura's haunting score to a One Picture's muted, snow-dusted visuals, works together to tell a story that feels deeply personal. The way light fades through a classroom window, the way footsteps echo in the snow, even the way time seems to slow during moments of decision, it's not spectacle, it's atmosphere. Every choice pulls you deeper into Satoru's emotional world, and maybe that's why Erased flew under the radar. It didn't demand attention, it earned it quietly. It wasn't made to be binged, it was made to be felt. For some viewers, it hit too close to home. For others, it was too subtle, too still. But for those who understood, it became something unforgettable. Because Erased isn't just fiction, it's reflection. It reminds us that regret is the most human emotion of all, but it's also the spark of growth. You can't undo your mistakes, but you can make sure they mean something. That's the real-time travel, the courage to be better the next time around. So when people call Erased underrated, they're not just talking about view counts or hype. They're talking about how it lingers in your heart, in your memory, in that quiet corner of your mind that still wonders, what if I had done more? Erased shows us that redemption doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes in the form of a single hand reaching out across time, across fear, across regret, and saying, you're not alone anymore. And maybe that's why it's not just an underrated anime. It's one of the most human stories ever told. If Erased touched you the way it touched me, take a second to hit that like button and share this with someone who loves stories that feel real. And tell me if you could go back in time and fix one moment. Would you?